everybody, and welcome to another episode here today as we're back here for some more mission recondition here with the Jacksonville Jaguars, as we're going to get into the first two rounds of the playoffs. Of course, here as you see here, we're just taking a look at some stats here. You guys can, of course, pause the video and check it out here. But for the most part, we're going to do a quick recap of the season that we've had. And, of course, it's been a pretty good season. 15-2 is the final record of the regular season here for the Jaguars. And by far, I'm very surprised that we're in this position right now. Currently, there are three teams in the NFL right now with the same record. Besides us, there's two other teams, really. You got the Jaguars, Eagles, Chiefs, all at 15-2. Very great season there. Of course, Chiefs are kind of expected to be in that position. Us, I know for sure, a lot of people are not expecting us to be in that position. And of course, like I said, the course of this series, the only thing I've really changed here, because these are CPU versus CPU games. I'm changing guys from either put them in the game or move them around on the depth chart. But the only really big thing I've changed is really just the playbook. I've used the same playbook, but I'm using different personnel in different situations, and of course calling plays in situations when it comes to short run, like first and short, second and short, third and short, all that kind of stuff. Just trying to change the plays up, calls for the computer to do so. And that's really the only thing that's really changed so far. I kind of don't want to rock the boat right now. Of course, we'll go in season 2, and we'll make some slight change there. Obviously, with new players coming in here, one of the things I want to work on, which we'll talk about in a future video, is worry about the offensive line when we get the draft. I really want to try to draft some good offensive linemen here to help us out. So as you take a look here, we're looking at the AFC and NFC records here. And of course, the worst team in the league right now, I believe, are the Raiders with a 3-14 record there. And then, of course, you take a look at the NFC side of things. Of course, Eagles right there at 15-2. Cowboys right behind them with 11-6. So some pretty surprising teams here. Then there's, of course, by far, I think one of the most surprising teams in the playoffs here are the Commanders, who are right now teetering on that. They're just one game below 500, but they're in the playoffs there along with the Panthers as well. So we'll see how those guys will turn out to be. Though, of course, they're lower seeds, so they'll have to go on the road in this wild card round. So, like I said, we'll take a look at some of the wild card games here. We'll pretty much what we'll do is go through the box scores, check those out. But before that, we're going to obviously take a look at the standings, and of course we'll look at the team statistics, because we have some pretty good statistics this season with with our guys, especially with T-Law and of course ATN being pretty healthy for the most part here. And of course we had to once we get to depending on how far deep in the playoffs we get, which I'm hoping we'll get pretty far and pretty deep. We'll make some slight adjustments as we go along here and kind of see what works best for us, especially when it comes up to matchups here. I think our toughest matchup, if we happen to get as far as into especially, I think the biggest hurdle for us is going to be the AFC Championship game, and obviously Chiefs are going to be the heavy favorites in that one. And I think for right now, especially on an 11-game winning streak right now, there you just see there. That is going to be definitely a test that we're going to have to reckon with and try to see how well we play against them, especially how well we do against them with our defense. So we got to make sure we play a tough defense, and really in every single game we're in the playoffs. Of course, I know I'm getting ahead of myself there, but nonetheless, that's one of the things one of the main concerns I have for this, because the Kansas City Chiefs are obviously they're trying to three-peat here, and of course try to win another NFL championship and be the dominant team here in the last 5 or 6 years now. So we got a big task for ourselves here. Of course, we like to just really truly like to build on to what we're seeing right now for our team, as we got some pretty good picks here coming up. I don't know about drafting up to get better players, but it just depends on how this season ends and what places obviously I want to focus on the offensive line here because I want to make it better because at some point here, if not definitely not this draft, but I probably in the season 2 draft or in the season 3 draft, depending on how Lawrence plays next, especially how Lawrence plays next season. We're looking at possibly trying to bring in a new quarterback for the future as well. So, but as long as T-Law plays well like he did this season, over 4,721 yards, 42 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, not a bad season at all. He got tackled 28 times for the season. He completed 78% of his passes here, so not a bad number at all there. ETN 983, just coming up short there of 20 or a little less than 20 yards there, short of the 1,000 yards there that we're hoping to get for him. 7 rushing touchdowns there. T-Law had the most rushing touchdowns there for us as coming out of the backfield there, as he had 10. He had 370 yards on the ground. Johnson, who did a great job there prior to that injury of ETN, and here in the last couple of games there, 566, 3 rushing touchdowns there. I'm hoping that we'll be able to utilize him. I'm trying to figure out a way to utilize him a little bit more, especially with with the way ETN is. I want to kind of make it. I'm thinking about having some kind of split back system there for us to help kind of get both guys on the field there. Of course, there you see we do have two 1,000 yard receivers. Davis there 1,700 or 1,076. And of course, Ingram 1,021. Christian Kirk coming up short there, unfortunately. He had the most receiving touchdowns there with 13, but he comes up with 985 in yards here this season. Great year there for him. He did get banged up quite a few, but I'm hoping we'll see more of him next season. The guy I'm really excited about next season for sure. I think he had a really good rookie year here now. I'm hoping that his sophomore year will be better. That's Brian Thomas with 835 and 5 touchdowns there for him for his rookie season. Not necessarily in the realm of the rookie of the year here, but I can see him pull up being a 1,000-yard receiver definitely next season, as I think we're going to try to gear towards him being more of the focal point when it comes to the receiving game with him, and kind of build up his stock and his position there in the wide receiver core. Take a look here at the offensive line. Obviously, this is one of my main concerns, especially the start of the season there. And then, of course, there's been some blimps here and there through the course of the season here, and that's one of the main things I really want to focus on for this season because, like I said, depending on who we bring in and how well we play, and we can have a more protective offensive line for Lawrence. I want to get that offensive line ready to go and up and going here by season 2, because by season 3, which ideally that's what I'm thinking about, bringing in a new quarterback here, drafting a new quarterback, especially I'm hoping that the quarterback class in season 3 is good, but you never know, depending on what the draft class is. Of course, we have not talked about the draft class too much here in this series, and we'll talk more about that here once we get to the postseason here. We'll look at some of the draft or the players here for this draft class. It is a not necessarily a custom draft class that I built myself, but it's just your run-of-the-mill draft class that was produced here by the game. So we'll get into more about that, and of course, what I have looked at here, we do have some pretty good offensive linemen. Like I said, I want to focus on them a lot more this season, and really make sure that offensive line stays stable. And of course, defense, that's how you win your championships. You got guys like Edmonds and Edwards, and of course Campbell as well, Savage, all doing a great job here this season. As you take a look at some of those numbers there, some of those top players there defensively, and just want to kind of just build on, find another guy or two here that can help us out. We'll see how things go in free agency. I think we have quite a bit of money in free agency this coming season here, so we should be able to do something in that. But I think for us, we're not going to make too big of a splash when it comes to free agency. I think no more than probably 2, at best 3 guys that we'll probably bring in. Like I said, mainly focus on the offensive side of things, but defensive side of things, we could bring in a guy or 2. Actually, what I think is I'm going to bring in 2 guys for defense and 1 guy for offense, and then the draft will be obviously more focused on the offensive side of things with some of the linemen I'm looking at right now for the offensive line. So there you see Josh Hines, Allen, having a great year there. 12 sacks for him, 18 TFLs, 61 tackles there for him, and of course a couple of pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles, and of course a fumble recovery from him. And he had a great year here. I really, like I said, he's one of our established guys there. He's been here for a while now, and I really kind of trying to build around him, and of course Trey Flowers as well. Great year there for him. And of course you see some other players there, Robertson Harris there, one of our outside linebackers there, doing a good job there. Armstead as well. So like I said, we got a lot of young guys there. I at least consider young there, and they're right now those guys are a little after 5 years, but they're not that between that 5 and 10 year kind of guys. There's kind of guys that are kind of somewhat established, but they've got some years underneath their belt, and they've played very well here in their right now in their prime. And I think this is a good time here, especially right now with this season, that we can do a lot of good things here, and hopefully just continue building onto it as we go along here in the season. And that's really why that's what I just wanted to do, is really, just take a team like this and see what we can do here. And honestly, like I said, I wasn't really expecting this. I was really thinking that this was going to be, I think I feel like we could be a team that was going to be somewhere around that, a little above 500, making the playoffs. Obviously, I didn't think we were going to be, hosting, being the, being the number 1 seed. And of course, everyone has to, if you're going to go to the Super Bowl, you have to go through us, kind of a situation there. I would think more that was Kansas City. But, since we didn't play Kansas City head to head, because we did play them in the playoffs there, we did a pretty good job there against them. I was really surprised that we lucked out and we played as well as we did. And of course, we had some pretty good, fun, exciting games. And of course, speaking of that, of course, the first game of the season was obviously a fun one there. We played against the Dolphins 34-21, 34-31. That was an overtime game there in Miami. And of course, then we went on to win against the Browns. The Bills, of course, a great Monday Night Football game there for us. Texans, which was one of our first divisional games of the season, and a close one there, obviously 27-24. Then we went on to play the Colts, where we actually did pretty well against the Colts right off the bat there. 45-24 was the final in that one at home. The Colts we just did a good job there, just really putting the payment to them. And then, of course, we went on to London and played against the Bears there in that home game there or at least that road game actually for us there, 35-16. The following week we would stay in London, and then of course we would host in this one in the London games, 33-30, playing against the Patriots. That was an overtime game, which I was getting really nervous about. I thought we was going to end up losing that one there, but we were able to find a way and get a score. And then, of course, the Packers, 27-13, were able to have a nice game. That's our first game coming back after being in London for 2 weeks in a row. Then we had a Sunday night game against the Eagles, which was another one, which we were able to really do a good job there of shutting down Jalen Hurts in the first 3 quarters, until he started to come back there in the final quarter there. But unfortunately, it was too little, too late, and we were able to, of course, take that one and get a nice win there in front of the Philly crowd there. 31-28 was the final in that one. Jalen Hurts just had a really rough go in that game, which I was very happy to see our team just put on a great performance there in those first 3 quarters there. Then, of course, we met the Vikings at home, and this was the first game that really put us back to reality. We were on flying high there. We had a lot of close games there. A couple games went to overtime, and we were able to find a win. But this one, Minnesota, just from the word go, did a great job there, especially in the fourth quarter, just dominating us. We had some turnover issues, 4 of them to be exact, and really that was the last time that we've seen interception issues and turnover issues for us, as we ended up losing that game there 28 to 24. Then we went on to play the Lions in a nice game there, Sunday afternoon game in Detroit, winning that one 40 to 28. Had a nice win there against them. A really tough defensive, good Lions squad there. Of course, had a bye week, which was nice, because we rebounded from that in that Lions game there to get back on the winning track. Take on the Texans there in week 13, 35 to another. This one really close there, 35-33. This time at home, and of course we were able to do a good job there against the Texans defense, and really kind of made me look a little really nervous there. And then the following week we go back and win again here, this time on the road in Tennessee, beating them 31-16. Then we take on the Jets, who we just seen here recently in a couple episodes ago, and we're able to defeat the almighty, all-talented Aaron Rodgers there in that one, 24-10. And then the Raiders, this was a game that was just I'm still kind of scratching my head at, like, what was the Raiders play call doing there? They should have won that game there, but they made some bad choices, and of course bad choices will cause bad consequences, and they ended up losing that one 17-16. I'm sure they're probably kicking themselves right now there. Truly, they should have kicked the field goal there. They would have had the game won. But, don't know what they were thinking about that one whatsoever. Obviously not thinking the right way of, thinking about, going for the win. And then we would go on and face the Titans again here in week 17, which we just seen in the last episode. The final 2 games of the season, playing against the Titans at home, 44-22 in that game. It was a really nice game. Take a look here. Actually, we're looking. Well, actually, I was gonna say, don't want to look at the Raiders game, because that Raiders game was just like, and the Raiders really, I will have to say, Raiders did a good job there. They were kind of just, keeping us midfield. We really had a tough time getting the ball down the field. They were really kind of slowing us down prior to the weeks before, where we were able to move the ball down the field there in a good pace. But Raiders did a good job there, but unfortunately just bad play call there on their part. Like I said, they should have won that game. And then, like I said, Titans 44-22. That was a nice game there to finish the season off. And, of course, the final game of the regular season here, we all had our starters in for the most part there. But it came down to overtime, where we had opportunities to win the game, but we didn't, came up short with field goals and stuff. But the Colts able to be smart there. We did not get a field goal there in overtime. We missed it. And of course, also not to mention turnovers. But more importantly, the Colts did a great job there. Learned their lesson from last time. Richardson had a great game there. He was just unstoppable, scoring those last 2 touchdowns there in the fourth quarter, getting them to go into overtime there. And of course, they kick a field goal there, win that one 38-35. So to take a look at the 2014 or the 2024 NFL playoffs here. Playoffs? We see the Jaguars here in first place. Then, of course, we got the first round bye. Of course, Eagles as well have a first round bye. Kansas City will be hosting the Steelers in that game there, that Saturday afternoon game. And then, of course, Baltimore taking on heading up to Cincy, take on the Bengals. And, of course, the Jets hosting the 5th seed Broncos in that Sunday afternoon game. On the NFC side, you got the 49ers hosting the Panthers. Cowboys have to go to New Orleans, and of course Washington taking on Green Bay in that matchup there. As we'll take a look at some of the stats here from throughout the league here. Of course, Trevor had a good season there. He had the most passing yards there, along with other guys like Mahomes and Allen, and of course C.J. Stroud. Pretty good season there. Well over 4,000 yards. By far, like, really just kind of one of the comeback stories for this season. Did such a great job. Came in third place in touchdowns. He had 42. The touchdown leader this season was Patrick Mahomes, obviously 47 touchdowns for him with 13 interceptions. And then Joe Burrow's there in second place with 42, I believe, or 44. Interception-wise, you got Jones there with the most with 29. And we'll go down the list there. Of course, Young, 21 there. He's still learning in that position there for Carolina. Rushing yards there, Josh Jacobs, 1,385 yards. And, of course, there you see Berkeley, Mixon, Jones, Aaron Jones, McCaffrey, Elliott, Pachenko, and company there. All there over 1,000 yards for the season. Rushing touchdowns there, Barkley had the most, 18. Mixon had 15. Jacobs had 14. Elliott had 14 as well. Harris had 14. Zach Moss there with 14 as well. And, of course, there you see the rest of the numbers there. You guys can, of course, pause the video and check those out. But this was a really good season. I wasn't really expecting us to have some big numbers, in rushing-wise, because, like I said, we had it, we have ATN, and he is a, bit of a, he has an injury issue, and we're hoping that is something that we can figure out, if we have to possibly trade him, or if we're going to, somewhere down the line here next season, look for a halfback. This year's halfbacks, what I've looked at so far here, there's a couple of guys that I have interest in, but I think for the most part here, it's going to be pretty tough. We would have to do a lot of, maneuvering around, and that's just something I just don't really want to do, because, like I said, I want to focus on the offensive line, get this offensive line better, because if, you have a great halfback regardless, you still got to have a good offensive line to protect him and block and all that good stuff there for him. So that is definitely something that we'll definitely have to look into as we go into into the future here. There you see wide receivers wise. There you see all the wide receivers over 1,000 yards. Keenan Allen, of course, he's having a good season in our Bears series. Definitely go check that out there. I'll leave a link up down below in the comments or in the description, as well as up in the eye there. Definitely go check out that series. There's a lot of fun with the Bears. We're having a lot of fun with that series on the main channel. Traditional franchise series that we do over there on ESGNet. So definitely go check out the main channel for that series there. So a little plug there for the other channel there as well. But yeah, like I said, really happy that we got a couple guys there of our own that had over 1,000 yards for the season. And then, of course, take a look at blocking. And, it wasn't really much, I would say most of the sacks that we did have on Lawrence here this year, I think it was more of him. It was more of a coverage issue. We got out of the pocket, didn't throw the ball away, or, we got out of the pocket, was running, ran backwards instead of going forward there. So it wasn't necessarily on the line. But the line does need to be improved. And like I said, we're going to try to do our best to try to do that as we go into, coming in the next couple of seasons here. Defensively, Okafor, of course, one of our top guys there. He had the most TFLs this season. I think he was one of the top 5 guys in tackles as well. And of course, there you see the sacks leader: Parsons, Cosby, Simmons, Hutchinson there. So usual suspects there in the sacks department there as well. Hines there, 12 sacks there. I would love to see him get more. I feel like he's a guy that can definitely get 20 sacks a season, but like I said, it just depends on the game, what plays we're calling in certain situations. I really want to try to have the linebackers be more aggressive on third downs, or more aggressive on second downs there. Go after them, blitz them, and cause some havoc there for the opposing's lines, offensive lines, linemen, and cause some problems there for them. as we get to their quarterback there. But like I said, that's all going to be worked out and changed during the offseason here. Take a look at the MVP voting right now. And of course, I don't know. I never know if this is what it is right now. I think it is, because I think we get a lot of upgrades here. So Coach Bonds, congratulations there. He is the Coach of the Year. Like I said, when I started this series, that was not supposed to happen. I was not thinking, that was not one of the things I was thinking about. Like, oh yeah, we want to be Coach of the Year, the first year. No, we just want to try to make the playoffs and just be a playoff team here, and we've done that here. But there you see the Offensive Player of the Year. There you see your Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think that was your, here's the Defensive Rookie of the Year there. So, I think we might have a couple guys here that might get some awards. Lawrence, okay, he's finished second, so not bad at all. But of course, Patrick Mahomes, obviously, they're gonna give that to him because it's just Patrick Mahomes, and he's had a great couple of seasons now. Mitch Morse. Oh, wow. Okay, so we do have one guy getting an award there. Best offensive lineman. Nice. Best defensive lineman. Okay. Simmons gets that. What else? Oh, yes. Okay, so nice. Best linebacker. Josh Hines Allen. Nice job there. Ward will, of course, get the best defensive back. And the best kicker. Oh, wow. Riley Patterson, one of our kicker. Did a great job here this season. So congratulations there to him on that. So, and then of course, we'll take a look here at the, and I have no idea why I did this, but yeah, look at the NFC side of things now here, as Allen Thielen is going to be your Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year is, of course, going to be Micah Parsons. Congratulations to him. He had a great season there with the Cowboys. J.J. McCarthy, now this is before the actual real life, he got injured. He was already, we were already started this series already, but he gets Rookie of the Year. And of course, Cooper there, the wide receiver there for the Green Bay Packers, is going to be your defensive player for the Packers. There gets it. Allen Thielen, best wide receiver. Zach Martin, offensive lineman for the Cowboys, obviously. Parsons as well, and of course Clowney. There you see for the Panthers, having a decent season here. Starting to be looking like that Javon Clowney we've seen back in the days when he was playing at South Carolina, and of course start off with the Texans there, and then of course the Commanders as well. And Moody is your kicker there for the 49ers for the NFC Kicker of the Year. So here we are talking about Ryan Clark and his always cashing checks as what can't cash. And of course we've succeeded and went beyond what we said we was going to do. 35 touchdowns was the goal for Trevor, and of course Trevor obviously beat that as he had over 40 touchdowns for the season. So great job there for him. All our quarterbacks are going to earn 2,500 in XP. So definitely solving problems there. Nice job there. And of course, defensively here, Ryan Clark again talking more smack on us. As remember back in week 5, you told the press that we get 10 to 11 wins. And obviously we've gotten 15. So we're going to get a nice XP there for that for 4,500. And that's going to be spread for that 4,500 throughout the whole team. So nice job there. So we are going to have those upgrades, and of course, I'm obviously, if I remember correctly, I don't show those here in this video. So just just trust me, take my word for it. It was a pain in the butt trying to get those upgrades going here on in this for this video. I'm like, we're already stretching this video out here. We're already 30 minutes in. I haven't even shown no footage yet of our game. And of course, speaking of the game, we'll see who we'll be playing here. As we see the Chiefs win this one here against the Steelers, obviously, Patrick Mahomes 268 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 2 sacks. Completed 80% of his passes there as he was 29 for 35 of the game. Justin Fields were on the field there today for Pittsburgh. He had 2 touchdowns and just not enough momentum and, of course, backing there in that game for him. Rice, 6 receptions for 75 yards and a touchdown there for him. Watkins had a touchdown on 3 catches for 69. And of course, Freiermuth had a touchdown as well Worthy, there you see him, a young man from Texas who by far was one of the fastest guys in the combine this past spring. Had a nice game as well. Travis Kelce, 4 catches for 49 yards. Not much from him today on that game here, but I'm sure he'll definitely turn it up here once they get to the next round. So we'll see there. TJ Watt had a pretty decent game there, but not enough for really to. Not the TJ Watt we've are accustomed to when it comes to big games. He, like I said, him and a couple other players did not show up for this one there, and that was not too good. As take a look there, Joey Porter had the most tackles there for the Steelers. As we take a look at some of the defensive numbers there, JJ Watt 7 tackles, a tackle for loss, and a sack, or actually a sack and a half there for him, but not enough there to help the Steelers win this one there. So Steelers will come up short in that one, and they will not move on to the next round. Next game coming up here is Baltimore taking on Cincinnati, and Cincinnati will come up short here, 23-21, a very close game here, as Joe Burrow and the rest of the Bengals, who that being the Bengals, not going to the next round here, as of course Lamar Jackson, just like his real-life counterpart here, having a great season. 273 yards for him. He was sacked 3 times. He completed 74% of his passes. He was 23 of 31 in that game. Joe Burrow had 2 touchdowns, 177, 3 sacks. He was 14 of 20 in that game. And, of course, Lamar, not just, having a big day through the air, but also on the ground. 19 carries for 71 yards. That's a rushing touchdown for him. Henry as well helped out with only 6 carries, I should say, and 19 yards, and a touchdown there from him. T. Higgins, there you see for the Bengals there, 1 catch for 6 yards and a touchdown. Just a really rough day, especially when you got 2 guys like Lamar Jackson and Henry, just wrecking house coming out of that backfield there, and just, don't know where the ball's going to be coming to. Because Henry also has good hands as well as a halfback there. Don't let him fool you. I mean, he's great running, but also too, when he can catch the ball there and run, could be a very long day for your defense. Kevin Boyan, of course, really helped out there. 5 tackles, a tackle for loss, and 2 sacks in the game from him. Herbert, 3 tackles, a sack from him. But yeah, Ravens defense, just as usual, did a great job there. Of course, it was a close game there. They won by 2 points. But these 2 teams know each other quite well. This is a classic NFC North, or AFC North battle between these 2. And this game could have went either way, regardless of what the score could have been. But yeah, it was a good one. As for the Jets, they will, of course, take off here as they'll win this one here 21-3. Bo Nix, his first year in the playoffs, and of course, like I said, they were one of the low seed teams in the AFC, and of course, they only, they were 1 game below 500 in this regular season, 8-9. Not much was expected of them in this one here. It was just a warm-up game here, kind of seeing what we could see in Bo Nix from the future. 129, 1 sack, 12 of 21, completed 57% of his passes. No interceptions, no touchdowns. That was, especially no touchdowns here, really hurt him. Aaron Rodgers, barely 200 yards for the game. He's at 199, a touchdown, interception, 4 sacks, and 17 of 24 there. Completed 70% of his passes there. Most of this really came from help from the running game here. As you see, Hall, 16 of 87, and a touchdown there for him. Rodgers also got in the running game as well, as he was 3 for 12 and a rushing touchdown in today's game there. So really, kind of not a blowout win, but a good, healthy win there for the Jets to kind of move on here. Hopefully to springboard that into something coming up in the divisional round, and we'll see who they'll play here pretty soon here. But Patrick Surtain, not much from him. Only 7 tackles in the game. No interceptions for him. No tackles for loss. No sacks. So not much from the leader of the defensive side of the ball. Michael Huff had a sack and a half with 3 tackles in the game. And of course, there you see some of the Jets players as well had a pretty decent game here. Not something that was out of you can really get too excited about. But yeah, we'll see how far the Jets will get here, as they had a pretty kind of a 500 or a little below, I should say, one game below 500 type of team. So we'll see how they'll come out here coming up in the next game here. We'll see who they'll play. And then in the NFC side of things, you see here, you had Washington win this one 42-21, as Washington had a big day there in the first half. 28 points alone in the first half compared to Green Bay's 14. And again, they're going up against, actually 2 rookie quarterbacks going head-to-head here in this one, or 2, I should say 1 rookie and a guy that's been around the league for a while there, Justin Love. He had 2 touchdowns, an interception. He completed 14 of 23, 60% of his passes were completed, 158. Of course, Jalen, the rookie, had a lot of help here in this game here with the Commanders here. 297, 3 touchdowns, 1 sack. 15 of 20 were completed in the day there, so he completed 75% of his passes in the game. And Jordan Love, 4 years now here, guy from Utah State. He is a franchise quarterback here, but of course he just does not have the weapons that he necessarily needs right now. Of course, he got Josh Jacobs there, but you also, you still need a little bit more there, especially in the receiving game there to help him out. Robinson Jr., 43 yards, 1 touchdown for him on 13 catches. Eckler, 12 for 56 and a touchdown for him. And then, of course, take a look at the rest of the numbers here. Like I said, Jordan Love does not have the best weapons in there. And, of course, this Commanders team is just, this is their time. I really feel like this is their time. They can get things going here. Luke McCaffrey, the little brother of the other McCaffrey brother, he had a nice day there, over 100 yards for the day and a touchdown. But yeah, this Green Bay team, they are a couple players away from being in the position where they can really dominate the NFC North, and because right now there's not a team, with the exception of maybe the Vikings with the quarterback, especially if JJ continues doing well like he did this season here. That'd probably be their only, Lions too, because the Lions right now are starting to build up a good team there. But right now the Green Bay just does not have the weapons to get them to get over that hurdle. Speaking of the 49ers and the other McCaffrey brother there, the 49ers will win their game against the Carolina Panthers, 20-19, a close one there. Carolina really taking it 13-7 in the first half, and then San Francisco starts to fight back here, scoring 7 of their own in the third quarter and then 6 in the fourth quarter. And really, Carolina just did not, for whatever reason, they lost momentum and didn't really have the gas to get them to the finish line there, scoring only 6 points in the first half, and that's not what you want to see there from your ball club here, especially against a team like San Francisco, who can easily come back in the game, and with the weapons they have and the talent they have, especially a quarterback like Brock Purdy, can do some damage. And that's exactly what happened. 21-24 in the game, with 87% passes were completed, 216. Bryce had 233 for the day, a touchdown. He had no sacks, but he was 22 of 31, completed 70% of his passes here. And like I said, that Panthers team is still a team under construction right now. And of course, there you see the other McCaffrey brother doing a great job there, as well as expected from him. There you see 6 catches, 61 yards there for Christian. Thielen, 5 catches for 71 yards. And of course, there you see the rest of your the stats here for this game here. But yeah, San Francisco had a really rough start there in the first 2 quarters. Wasn't, it was almost looking like Carolina was kind of, if they could find a way to kind of get more momentum behind them, and then find some key plays here using some key players here and get a couple good drives going for themselves. They had a chance to get back in this game here, or continue with the lead they had and kind of build onto it, but that was not the case there, and unfortunately they will come up short. Then you got the game here against Dallas and the Saints, as the Saints will, of course, come up short here in this one. Dallas wins this one 38-24 is your final, as Dallas, and of course the Dallas there had two turnovers. Saints had one. Looks like Dallas did a good job there in the first half, scoring 17 points. New Orleans only scored 14 that first half, but then it really came alive when the Prescott and company did a great job there in the fourth quarter, scoring 14, and that really pretty much sealed the deal. 277, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1 sack, 22 of 31 for the day for Dak Prescott, as he completed 70% of his passes. Derek Carr, I should say, they're 170, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. 3 sacks. He was 15 of 27 at 55%. Just a really rough day there. I think that Cowboys defense really came alive there and really gave him a tough time, and not let Carr do anything there in that pocket. Not a huge day there in the running for the Cowboys. Only 14 of 36 and a touchdown there for Zeke Elliott. But then there you see other players there for the Saints having a pretty decent day. CeeDee Lamb almost had 100 yards for the day. He had 8 catches for 97 yards and a touchdown. So not bad. Not a bad day at the office there. I'm sure they were just want to get 100 yards for him for the day. A.T. Perry for the Saints, 2 for 36 and a touchdown. Jake Ferguson, 4 for 29 and a touchdown. Schoolmaker, 1 for 25 and a touchdown for him. So yeah, like I said, they got some pretty good talent there for the Cowboys, and we'll see how far the Cowboys can get as they try to make their way back and trying to be America's team again and try to win a Super Bowl here. DeMarcus Lawrence, nice day there for him. 5 tackles for 2 tackles for loss and a sack in that game. And of course, there you see some other numbers here from some other players. Micah Parsons, pretty decent day there for him. 2 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and a half a sack there for him. As one of the best defensive players in the league right now, playing really well, especially this season, winning some awards and showing off what he can do. And he did that here today, especially in the fourth quarter against Derek Carr and this not so good Saints squad. As like I said, regardless, it's a win, and they will move on. So as you take a look here, we're going to be taking on Baltimore, and this should be a good one here, as we're first in offensive points per game. Passing yards, we're third. Rushing yards, so we're in third place as well. Of course, they are in the kind of the mid-third of the league there, in a lot of those same categories there. And of course, our main target is going to have to be Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is going to be a guy that's going to be, he's not going to make this game fun at all. If he has his way, running the ball, throwing the ball around as much as he does, getting better at over the last couple of years now, I would say he has gotten better with being a passing quarterback and knowing when to take off. So yeah, short defense. I was thinking more contain the quarterback here in the scrambling, but I think more so in the short passing game. So I kind of agree with the coaches here. As you see here, he is a superstar X factor, and he could really just throw a monkey wrench in there if you're not keeping him in check and make sure he stays where you want him to be. Deep accuracy there, 84, but like I said, I'm more concerned with the short and mid-range accuracy there from him. Great strong arm there. Over the 2,000 yards this season, 7 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, sacked 17 times here, and of course he has a pass completing of 73% this season. Of course, the guy behind him is the guy that I'm also worried about as well. If we if they can't really pass the ball, they'll definitely run the ball here, and that's going to, of course, be Derrick Henry's job. So King Henry in the game. We'll have to figure out how some kind of way of kind of containing him if we can. We should be able to, because, like I said, we've stopped a lot of great defensives this or rushing offensive this season. But there you see 11 touchdowns for him, 935 yards. In a game like this, Henry, this is his forte to say the least. And then, of course, defensively here, Marlon Humphreys, the corner there for them. We're definitely not going to be throwing his direction there. He's a superstar dev, and of course he has good speed there, good man-to-man, and of course a pretty decent zone there. Play recognition's up there as well. So he is definitely one of those guys that we got to kind of watch where he's at, see where he's at, and kind of avoid him if all possible here. So yeah, throwing deep. If there is a mismatch of some sort here, and occasionally we do have some of those mismatches here that help us out, that will be probably the main thing for us, is just throw the ball short and really utilize the run here. Getting ETN going here early and often, as well as Johnson, and of course throwing to our guys like our young guys like Brian Thomas Jr., as well as Ingram in the shorter things as well. And of course Trevor, he's been doing a great job running the ball for us there, so I'm sure Coach Bonds have some kind of scheme up for him to get involved in the running game as well. Try to take that pressure off of him to throw the ball there. Of course, Recondition Smith is another player there for them, one of the middle linebackers there, and of course he is going to be probably be watching us like a hawk, throwing that football. There you see some of the injuries there for the Ravens. As we go ahead and now finally get to our game here. So this is the first game of the postseason here for us, as this is the divisional round, and of course the winner of this round, of course, moves on to the AFC Championship game, and we'll either face, I believe, the Chiefs or who was the other? The Jets. I think it was the other team there. So, yeah, it's going to be one of those two teams that we'll face. But first, we got to win this one here. It is a wet and probably not so cold, but a chilly day here in Jacksonville here in January. As now everything is being revamped. Games are now up to level 10, and teams really have to just really be careful what they call here, because it's play or go home, or it's just a win or go home. No second chances in this one here. Win this one here, you punch your ticket to the AFC Championship. You lose here, well, you're on early vacation. So as we see the kickoff here first. The ball is going to be kicked down to Baltimore. They'll have the ball here first, as we'll get the ball at the start of the second half. I think that's good for us, because we usually do pretty good in the second half. And of course, we got to take control of this game here quick, and not let this man have the ball too much there. You already seen his numbers here already, but there you see him again. As we'll see what Baltimore has their offense has in store here for our defense. So 1st and 10 now coming up here as we start this one off here. Baltimore have the football here. Hand this one off to Henry. That's a nice run there for Henry, and that is something, like I said before, that is something that we need to nip in the butt quick here. We got to make them one-dimensional. We got to make sure we don't give Henry big runs like this, because if we do, I don't think our defense can handle it. We've seen quite a few teams run the ball on us, but not as much as Baltimore has here this season. As we'll see Edmonds here, nice job there. Even though we are one of the best defensive run stoppers here, you kind of can throw those numbers there from the regular season out the window, because playoffs are a totally different story. As we see a 4th and 6 now coming up here for Baltimore, they're unable to do anything there, so they'll go ahead and punt the ball. As we'll see Trevor Lawrence now with the football. 42 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, 4,721 yards for him, as he'll get his first snap here in the playoffs. We'll see what we can try to do here. 15-2, we ended the regular season here. Let's see if we can go even further now. Let's see him running this one here, and he's going to slide at the 29-yard line, as he's going to get 4 on that play. It looks like a Ravens going to have to take a knee there. So 2nd and 6 coming up. As a man in motion. That'll be Egram. Up the middle there. That's going to be tossed there to Brian Thomas Jr. for the catch. But a penalty is going to be called. And it's going to be roughing the passer. And it's going to be on Baltimore. And I believe it's on Malcolm Council, as he will get hit there with a 15-yard penalty. So 15-yard penalty puts us near at the 49-yard line midfield. Trevor Lawrence gives a pass there. That's going to be tossed, and that's going to be, I believe, Giarga, as he will get the catch there. That's going to be a nice catch there for us. That's going to be a 6-yard reception. Puts us now at 2nd and 4. As we'll see, Lawrence here drops back in the pocket, throws up the middle. That's going to be caught there. That's going to be a catch. Nice job there as he finds Gabe Davis for the huge first down. As we're looking pretty good here, looking really sharp now here. Calling the good right plays here for ourselves here as Gabe Davis gets that huge first down. And he's going to get another one there as he gets a second catch there. As he gets another first down here for Jacksonville. Coach Bonds, of course, looking concerned here. Of course, I try to talk to him leading up to this game here. He says, hey, we got this far here. He feels like they can get further, get deeper. He knows it's going to be a challenge. Because you start playing the really good teams like Baltimore. But, of course, he says just one game at a time here. He's hoping that he'll see something here that Trevor Lawrence we haven't seen from him this season so far here. And that's a pass right there. That's going to be in the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. As that is going to go to Captain Kirk himself as he gets his first receiving touchdown in the postseason. Nice play there as Lawrence there just rifles this one. Right there in the back of the end zone there, Kirk able to hold on to it. And we put the first 6 points on the board here on this very good, healthy move of a drive. As we'll see the PAT coming up here, and this kick is up, and it is good. Jacksonville leads this one by 7 now. 6 plays, 69 yards, 2:25 on the clock on that drive. And nice job there. You see Coach Bonds happy to see his offense go out there and take the reins here on that first drive. So now, Lamar coming out here for his second drive here. Stall drive the first time around. We'll see what they try to do here on this 24-yard line. 1st and 10 here. Of course, Lamar dropping back here. Fires this one there. That's going to be up the middle, and that's going to be caught as Zay Flowers gets the catch, and that's going to be a gain of 7 on that reception. So like I said, we just got to try to maintain, kind of flush, kind of get his timing off, kind of flush, Lamar out some. We don't want him to run too much. As he'll throw this one to his tight end, that'll be Andrews, and that'll be a catch there for a first down. 1st and 10 coming up here now. New set of downs here for the Ravens as they'll get stopped in the backfield there, and that's the type of play we want to see from our defense. As Lebletter there gets the tackle there on Henry, and that's the type of plays I want to see the defense do when it comes to the running game. Get in there, get to them, stop them. 2nd and 12 coming up here. The ball on 34-yard line. Lamar throws this one there. That's going to go to Henry, and Henry's going to get the catch, but it's going to be a loss there. But there's a penalty on the play, and we'll see who this penalty's on, and that is not what Coach Bonds wants to see right now. That's a roughing the passer. That's going to be on Walker. That's a 15-yard penalty. That's going to now give him a new set of downs here. This is 1st and 10. They're on their own 49. Not what we want, what we need right there, Walker. As we had a good job, good run there, stopping the pass and the run there on Lamar. Now we give him free yardage there to stay out here on the field. So a quick 2-yard pass there. As we'll try to see what we can do here on this, stop this 2nd and 8. And we're able to only give up 4 there. As now Lamar and the Ravens are looking at a manageable 3rd and 4. They got to get this one near the 40 in Jacksonville territory. Lamar throwing this one there. Short pass there to Andrews. Andrews right there at the first down marker. And they're going to go ahead and give it to him there. No problem there on his part. As now Jacksonville defense is going to have to stay out here just a little bit longer. See what Jacksonville can do here on this 1st and 10 of the Ravens. Lamar throws this one off to the right-hand side. Throws this one. It's going to be completed, and it's going to be a catch. And I believe Zay got that catch there. That's going to be a 5-yard reception there. 2nd and 5. We'll jump down to a 3rd and 5 coming up here. As Lamar here throws this one under the covers there. Finds Zay again, and he's going to get the catch, and Zay's going to get the 1st down. As it's going to put him there at the 25-yard line of the Jaguars. Jaguars defense still out there trying to get off the field here quickly. Had a chance earlier, but ended up roughing the passer. And Lamar's now taking advantage of that here as he's now at the 21-yard line of Jacksonville. 2nd and 6 coming up. Man in motion. That'll be Andrews. Lamar drops back here, finds his tight end once again, gets this one there, and that's going to be a nice catch as they're now looking at a 3rd down. So 3rd and short coming up. Let's see what we can try to do here. About 1:05 left here in the 1st quarter. Jacksonville leads this one 7-0. Draw back. Looking here, Lamar throws this one. That one's just going to be on the fingertips of the receiver as Edmonds makes a nice stop there on the player, and that's going to force him now to kick a field goal here if they want any points. 54 seconds left here in the 1st quarter. Baltimore trying to get the first points of the day here for them as they kick this one up, and it's going to be good. As Jacksonville Baltimore puts up 3 points of their own here, making it now a 7-3 ball game. Less than a minute left here in the 1st quarter. We'll see what they'll try to do here on this 2nd drive. 1st drive was very successful, able to move up the field, had no issues. Let's see if we can try to do that again. Ball on the our own 27, trying to run this one with Johnson this time. As we're trying to see what we can do here on the run. And Smith makes a nice stop. 2nd and 8 coming up here. 18 seconds left here in the 1st quarter. Lawrence here throws this one up there. That's going to be caught, and it's going to be Kirk is going to get pushed out at the 13. As Davis is going to have to take a knee there. He is trying to shake off whatever is wrong with his arm. Hopefully it's not serious, and hopefully he'll be able to make it back into the game. We really need him there in that deep passing game. As we'll see a 3rd and 4 coming up. Lawrence here quickly throws this one there. That's going to be tipped away. It was intended there for Jones, but Jones cannot hold on to it. Humphreys right there on the play. Makes a stop, and it forces us to punt. 4 seconds left here as Baltimore has the ball their own 25 after the punt. Probably the last play here in the 1st quarter. We'll see a handoff here to the backup, halfback, as he'll get stopped in the back, or he'll get just a yard there on the play. And that'll be it for the 1st quarter. As we go into the 2nd quarter here, Baltimore right now, they're trying to get something going. They had something going that 2nd drive of theirs here in the 1st quarter. They get 3 points, but I'm sure they've won more from that, as they took advantage of that rough of the passer, but only come up with 3 points. Jacksonville, of course, on their 1st drive, got 7 points of their own. That's why they're in the lead right now. As now they're trying to get out the field here quickly. 2nd and 9 coming up here for Baltimore. Let's see a pass up the middle. That's going to be caught, and Zay Flowers is going to get the catch. And he's just going to be 2 yards short of the 1st down. As we'll look at now at a 3rd and 2. Should be a manageable 3rd and 2. I wouldn't be surprised if they run the ball here with Henry. As Lamar here drops back in the pocket, throws this one up there. That's going to be caught, and it's going to be a reception. As Zay Flowers is able to keep his feet in bounds, and that's going to be another 1st down for Baltimore. Baltimore doing a great job here. As we'll see here, Lamar drops back in the pocket, screen pass there. That's going to be caught, and a group of Jaguars there will make the stop. As I believe Campbell making the final play there to help out there on that defensive stop. Loss of a yard. We'll see now a 2nd and 11 coming up here for the Ravens as Andrews in motion. And now Lamar trying to run this one here. Lamar is going to get a few yards there on the play. Unable to really get anything going there for himself on that play. So now they're looking at a 3rd down. 3rd and 8 coming up here. The ball on their own 43-yard line. Lamar here drops back in the pocket, looking down the field. Has a good pocket. Throws one up to Andrews. Andrews gets around that traffic there, and he is able to get a catch there for a nice first down as he is fired up there in the front of the face of the defense of the Jaguars. So now they've crossed the 50 here now in the 46-yard line of Jacksonville. Handoff there to King Henry as Henry will get stopped there. A nice stop by Josh Allen Hines. Guy that I would like to see more of here in this game. He's going to have to be a very pivotal piece for us on defensively, with him and Savage and Campbell. Let's see a quick screen pass there again. That's going to be to the backup, to one of the receivers on that screen, and that'll be a first down here for Baltimore. Baltimore able to move the chains here, trying to keep this drive alive. Play action, and now throw here. That's going to go, and that's going to be caught as Lamar almost in trouble there, or a little bit in trouble there, but he had to get rid of it. So now 3rd and 8 coming up here. Ball on the Jacksonville 28. Lamar here running here, and now he decides to call his own number instead. He's going to get down to the 20. He's going to get to the first down, and he's going to get stopped somewhere near the 18. And yes, first down there for Baltimore. Harbaugh there, of course, looking on the sideline there, wanting this team to get something going here and get back in this ball game. Lamar here now throws quick screen pass there, almost tipped away, but Henry's able to hold on to it as he snags there, and he'll get a nice carry there for himself, or a nice reception there for himself. Ball that now plays at the 12-yard line here at Jacksonville. 2nd and 4. Handoff there to King Henry. Henry going to break off a tackle or two before he's finally wrapped up there inside the 5. It'll be marked somewhere near the 4. So 1st and goal coming up here as Jacksonville could take the lead here now. Or I should say Baltimore could take the lead here now on this play. 1st and goal coming up. Handoff to the backup halfback as he runs this one. And he gets 3 there on the carry. Making the ball now placed at the 1-yard line on a 2nd and goal. Baltimore here. Hands off to, of course, King Henry. King Henry going to be stopped, denied to his throne. And he'll be now, we'll see a player, actually one of the other players here. It's going to be Lively. He's going to have to come off the field as he's grabbing his wrist. But King Henry is going to be denied there. We'll see what they'll try to do here on this 3rd and goal. 4:40 left here in the 2nd quarter. And a handoff to King Henry again. This time Henry is going to claim his throne. Touchdown, Baltimore. As Baltimore able to get on the board here with Henry. Nice touchdown there for him, as he shows off why he is by far one of the best halfbacks in the game right now. As he finds a way in the end zone, and Baltimore will now take the lead here. They'll take a 4-point lead. It'll be a 10-7 ball game. As you see, 16 plays, 75 yards, taking almost 6.5 minutes off the clock. We'll see what Jacksonville can do here with 4:33 left here in this first half. Baltimore had the lead there or should say Jacksonville had the lead there for a while. Now they got to get the lead back here on this drive. They got to make some decent plays here. Don't have to make too many big plays. Got to make some decent plays like they did in that first drive to kind of, they can replicate that first drive going down the field here. That will be successful, and that'll get us back the lead. Lawrence here throws this one there quickly. That's going to be tossed, and it's going to be caught. As that's going to be Johnson coming out of the backfield there for the Jacksonville Jaguars as he gets the catch. Now 3rd and 5 coming up here for Jacksonville. Fans here in Jacksonville, seeing this game on a wet and pretty cold, pretty, kind of chilly day here in Jacksonville. As we do get the first down catch there, we do find the marker. As we see now 1st and 10, ball at the 50-yard line, pass there, and that's going to be incomplete. It was intended there for Thomas Jr., but he will drop it as he got hit as he was trying to catch that ball. We'll see what they'll try to do here. Now ball still at the 50-yard line here, 2nd and 10. Pass there, that's going to go to Ingram. Ingram trying to fight for some more yardage there, but he's going to be stopped as he'll be placed at the 47-yard line. So they do cross the 50. They are in Baltimore territory. 2:25 left here. Man in motion here for Jacksonville. Pass here. That's just overthrown, but a flag's going to be called here. We'll see who this is on. It's going to be, oh, that's what I thought. Looked like a pass interference call there. That's going to be on Humphreys, and there you see he's going to get called for that, as he did hold our guy trying to get to that ball. 1st and 10 after the penalty here. We'll see a handoff there to Johnson as we're going to go back to the ground game here. And that's a nice run there for a couple of yards. As now we get to the 2-minute warning here. So let's see what Jacksonville will try to do here on this 2-minute warning. I imagine Coach Bonds will probably have a little bit of a good combination of the run and the pass here, and possibly make a deep pass of some sort here to, of course, shock this defense of the Baltimore. As that was another successful catch there. It's now 3rd and 2. Pass there. That's going to be completed. That's going to be caught by Kirk. As Kirk gets the catch, and that's going to be at the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 here for Jacksonville, as they have a minute left here. So far, Coach Bonds has been calling some great plays here offensively. Let's see if he can now try to execute this one. There you see that big play I was looking for there. Nice play, as that's going to be Thomas. Big touchdown there for him. Touchdown, Jacksonville. As Thomas comes out of the back here. Look at this. Just blows by the defender. Has a pretty good 3 to 4 yards ahead of him, and that's just a great run there from him. Finds his way into the end zone, and Jacksonville take the lead back here in the divisional game. 9 plays, 69 yards. Giggity. Taking 3:42 off the clock, as we have now 51 seconds left here in this ballgame. So less than a minute left here in Jacksonville here in the first half. And so far a tight ball game here. I think a lot of people were expecting this. 14-10. Jacksonville leads. Baltimore now trying to see if they can get something here, maybe some kind of field goal before the half and try to get within 1. As we'll see, Lamar going to be chased down. Lamar's going to get hit as he threw the football there, and that's what I want to see more of. That was another great play there called by the defense, as Josh Hines Allen gets right in front of Lamar there on that play. Man in motion to be Andrews, the tight end. Draw back here. Trying to throw this one on the screen pass here. We'll see a flag now being called here. Might be a holding call. As no, they're going to say personal foul. Whoa. Who was that? Is Ledbetter. He's going to get called for a roughing the passer. I didn't see that, but nonetheless, got to control your body when you're coming up on the quarterback here. They're going to call that every single time. It's now Lamar. This time he is going to get hit hard. And that's by Wingard. Gets a sack. Going to put him back at the 34-yard line here. 2nd and 18 here for Baltimore. As QB now here throws this one there to his tight end. As Jackson finds Andrews again. And using Andrews as a nice release valve there. Getting him out of trouble there. Not losing more yards like he's already been losing already here. 30 seconds left here in this first half. 3rd and 14 coming up. Jacksonville here. Oh, there you see a fumble. And the ball is going to be recovered by by Baltimore. And somehow Lamar got that ball back. But a nice sack there from Josh Hines Allen. As he's just been sniffing all over Lamar there. And now causing him already a sack already. Now almost a forced fumble, but almost a fumble recovery there for us. We'll get the ball back here at our own 41-yard line after the punt. With just 10 seconds left here, we call a quick timeout. We have 1 timeout remaining here in the half. And I'm sure we're going to try to take one big shot here to see what we can do. 9 seconds left here. Quick pass there. That's going to be by Inger. Inger going to get out of bounds here quickly, as the clock will stop at 5 seconds. We'll be at the 47-yard line. And we're trying I would imagine, try one play real quick, get out of bounds, and then just get the field goal unit out there as quickly as we can. But we do have a timeout. As we'll see, Lawrence here drops back in the pocket. Lawrence going to heave this one here high and deep into the back of the end zone there. And a flag's going to be called here. We'll see who this is on. And it's going to be on the defense. So it's going to be half the distance to the goal. It's going to put us up at the 1 yard line. So we get a chance now to kick a field goal here, take a 7-point lead going into the half, as that kick is up and it is good. And that's what I'm talking about, a first half here. That is what we need right there. Hopefully we can build onto it as we go to the second half, as we have a 7-point lead over Baltimore, and Baltimore's starting to get themselves together here. Of course, we gotta quit making some stupid mistakes here, like roughing the passer. Let's take a look here. The next game coming up, if we can win this one here, will be the AFC Championship game. We'll either take it on the number 4 seed Jets or the number 2 seed Kansas City Chiefs. Either way, it will be very interesting. As we played the Chiefs during the preseason, won that game against them, and of course we did play the Jets as well this season in a very close game. So either way, it's going to be a fun time taking on either one of those two teams. As we can start the second half here, of course, before we even get to that game, we got to figure out a way how to, of course, finish this one out. 7-point lead here, as of course Jacksonville will take the ball here to start off the second half, as we'll have the ball on their own 32-yard line. 1st and 10 here for Jacksonville. As we'll see a drop back here. That's going to be a quick pass. That's going to be caught as Strange is, of course, get the catch, and that's going to be a 8-yard reception. That's going to be a 2nd and 2. So far, our first pass coming off the start off the drive here in the second half here looks pretty good. Let's see what we can do here. So we'll see a pass there. That's going to be caught, and we'll see Kirk will get the catch there. Nice catch there for him as he gets a first down at the 35-yard line of Baltimore. So far, this drive is really looking really good for us right now here, as we're coming off that great that nice penalty being called there on Baltimore, getting us to the 1 yard line, and of course kicking a field goal. We'll see now Johnson will have the football here as he tries to run this one in the backfield there, and he's going to get stopped as Hamilton makes the nice tackle. So no gain on that play there. It'll be a 2nd and 10 coming up here for Jacksonville. Baltimore trying to get back in this ball game here. They got to try to make a stop here on this drive. As we'll see, Lawrence here drops back in the pocket up the middle there. Oh, jeez. As Johnson there coming out of the backfield there cannot hold on to it, as there's just way too much traffic there on that play. Looking at a 3rd and 10. Lawrence here is going to drop back here. He's going to find the receiver, and that receiver is going to be no other than Jones. Nice catch there from Jones as he picks up the first down here for Jacksonville. Puts us inside the 20. They'll mark us somewhere around the 15-yard line, or more like the 13-yard line yard. As we now drop here. See here, that's going to be a pass there, and that's going to be another touchdown there for Jacksonville as we connect with Jones on that play. Why not? He got us the first down there before. Tim Jones, touchdown. Jacksonville on the board here again. Lawrence just doing a great job here. Getting in position there. He had to find the right angle there to get that ball to his receiver. And he's able to find it. And he's able to get in the end zone there. 6 plays, 68 yards, 2:06 there off the clock. As Jacksonville now has a commanding lead here now, 24-10, with 8:46 left here in the third quarter. Excuse me. Ball the 26-yard line. Man in motion, that'll be Andrews. As we'll see a run here from Henry, and Henry will get stopped as he'll only get 3 on the play. Nice job there from Armstead and company making the tackle. Like I said, we got to keep Henry quiet here. Can't let him run the ball too often here. We got to put the focus on Lamar. As Lamar is able to find a pass there, he finds a receiver, and that's another big catch there for Baltimore. As that's a huge first down there for them, as they now cross the 50 now here on Jacksonville's 41. The backup will come in here and then, of course, see what he can do. But he is going to be denied any chance to get any positive yards there as he gets a loss of a yard. Now 3rd and 11 coming up here for Baltimore. Ravens here try to get this one. They got to get this one near the 30 to get the first. Pass there. That's going to be caught. And Andrews is going to get the catch. So only a gain of 5 on the play. Be a 4th and 5 coming up here. Nice tackle there for Wingard. We'll see what Lamar and the Baltimore will do here. They'll go kick a field goal here. And this field goal will be about a 54-yarder. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So they're able to put points on the board here, but of course they would like to put 6 on the board instead of 3. But they'll take what they can get here, as it's a 24-13 ball game. Trevor Lawrence looking very sharp out there today. Throwing the ball very well here, of course, in this nasty rainy weather. He's already had 3 touchdowns already here in today's game. And, of course, he is looking to get more here on the board. 24-13. As they'll get the ball their own 29-yard line here. 1st and 10 here for Jacksonville. And see a quick pass there to the right-hand side. That's going to go to Ingram. Ingram's going to get the catch, and that's going to be at the 32-yard line. It's a nice catch there for him. And of course, like I said, Lawrence does not have to do big plays here. Short passes, utilize the run. As you see, a screen pass there being caught, and a flag is going to be called. I think this might be roughing the passer here, as it's going to be on Baltimore again here, and this is what's hurting them the most, as Baltimore is going to get hit there with another penalty. Simpson get hit with the roughing the passer, so now the ball's going to be placed at the 43-yard line. So 15 yards on the penalty will put us there at the 43 of Baltimore. So we'll see a quick pass. That's going to go to Kirk, as Kirk gets the catch. Lawrence 219, 3 touchdowns here today. He's now got to Kirk, Jones, and Thomas in touchdown receptions here. See who gets to this time around as Lawrence here drops back here. He's going to heave this one up here high and deep. And this one was intended there for Kirk, but Kirk just could not get there on time. And, of course, he was pretty well covered there. So he tried to make they thought they had a mismatch there, but this time it did not work. We'll see what we can do here on this next play here. Is a pass there, and that should have been a touchdown there. As Thomas had it but dropped it in the end zone. It's going to make it now a 3rd and 10. And fans here in the stadium were just like, oh, how could that be? And as we'll see another incomplete pass there. As, again, that time, Lawrence was pretty well rushed there. As offensive line just did a horrible job there protecting. But he did get the pass off, but incomplete. We'll see now a kick here, try to get some points on the board, and the kick is good. So it's 27-13 here in Jacksonville, as Jacksonville has a nice lead over Baltimore. Of course, we're beating them both in total yardage and passing yardage here today, and that's what kind of the game plan we're looking for here. We want to put this pressure on Lamar and not let him have too much of a reprieve when it comes to this game here. We want to stick it to him and him only, so that's what we got to get. Make sure we cover Henry like we did on that run. 2nd and 5 coming up. Andrews in motion. Pass there. That's going to be a screen pass there to Henry. Henry's going to get the catch, and he is going to get this one to the 37. So as you see there, they're trying to still utilize Henry in some kind of way in this game, but this now in the passing game. 3rd and 4 coming up. We'll see a pass there. That's going to go to Andrews from Lamar. And Jackson able to get this one or Kohler, I should say. That's on that catch there. He gets the first down. Lamar now drops back in the pocket. He's running for his life here as he's going to have a wide open space here. He's going to be able to take this one down to the inside the 40 of Jacksonville. And a nice run there for him as he's going to be stopped at the 37-yard line for the first. So he's able to use his legs this time around. We'll see 1st and 10 coming up. As Lamar here drops back in the pocket, throws a screen pass, and Andrews did not turn around he turned around too late. And Edmonds, of course, right there for the tackle. Incomplete pass. We're looking at now a 2nd and 10. Andrews in motion again. As Lamar here drops back in the pocket. And he's going to run himself here as he's going to run this one there, and he's going to be stopped just a yard short of the first down. As, getting a little chippy out there. Don't do nothing stupid, it'll get us a penalty now. 3rd and 10, or 3rd and 1 coming up here, I should say, for Jacksonville. Is Lamar here on our 27-yard line, man in motion. That'll be Andrews again. Going to the from the far left, from the left to the right. And he'll get the catch, and that'll be enough there for, I should say, Kohler. Excuse me, I'm getting those two mixed up here. I think Kohler's 88 and, Andrews is 89. Excuse me, I'm getting those two mixed up there. So now 1st and 10 coming up here after a new set of downs. Hand this one off to the backup as he'll get stopped in the backfield there. Nice stop by Hines Allen, who's doing a great job here. And of course, Lamar's just like, come on. Got to figure out how to get, not let him get to us. Screen pass there to the halfback as he gets the catch. And that's Wingard right there making the tackle. Nice job there from him as he's really doing a great job here, stepping up here in these last couple of games for Jacksonville. As Jacksonville going to try to hold the Baltimore to a field goal here. This kick is up, and it is good. But wait a minute, there is a penalty now. We'll see what this penalty is on. And, oh, come on, guys. This is not what we need right now. Jones is going to get hit with roughing the passer. That is going to be an automatic first down. And it's going to put them now closer now as they get another shot at the end zone. So I'm sure Coach Bonds is going to have to say something about this as we take a end of the first quarter here now. That is not how you want to come off the field here. We had a chance to just give up 3 now. There's a chance that they can get back in this ball game here on this next play. 27-13 as we end after we end the 3rd quarter now. And I'm sure, like I said, Coach Bonds is going to give a good talking to there to the defense. As we'll see now, run being called there. That's going to be Jackson as Hines Allen gets the sack, gets the tackle there. That's a loss there, sack on Lamar. 2nd and 11 coming up here, ball on the 12-yard line. 2nd down. Hand off, and that's going to be a stop there on King Henry. As it's another loss of a yard there on the play. 3rd and 12 coming up here for Baltimore. Let's see what Baltimore can do here on this 3rd down. Got to get this one near the 1-yard line to get the first. As we'll see a quick pass there. That's going to go to Henry. Henry trying to do his best to break off a tackle. But Hamilton and company is going to be right there to make the stop. As they're at the 8-yard line here. 4th and 7 coming up here. Jacksonville, of course, going to hold them to hopefully to another field goal here. And hopefully no roughing the passer here. As the kick is up. And it is good. So we're able to hold on, make them hold on to that the 3 points originally we was going to have them do. But, man, we can't be making stupid penalties like that. Roughing the kicker in there. That's just not what we need right now, especially in the playoffs. Play like that can definitely change the momentum and how this game is going to be played out. As we'll see the sacks here so far in this game here. Of course, we've gotten to our defense has gotten to their Lamar quite often here. As we'll see a quick pass. And that's going to be Jones on the catch as he gets a first down. So now we just got to try to manage this clock as much as we possibly can. And make sure we can do good here on this carry here from Johnson as he gets a nice carry there for a few yards. It'll be a 2nd and short here. So we'll see what we try to do here on this one. This ball's going to be snapped here. And Lawrence here throws this one there quickly there to Johnson. Johnson looked for a block there. He gets one. But he's going to be stopped at the 32 as there's a nice run there from Johnson. And that's what we kind of want to see from our halfback here. Late in the game, especially with the lead. Not just utilizing him just for the run, but also for the pass here. As they did a great job there on that screen pass. And Coach Bond likes what he is seeing there. As now we get to a 1st and 10. TJ Bonds, of course, taking over this team here, this first year as an NFL head coach, former NFL player himself. Doing a great job here in the regular season, of course, now in the postseason now. As we'll see a 2nd and 6 coming up. Of course, if you guys want to see his career in the NFL, you definitely go check out the links there down below of his original series when he was playing the league. And of course, it's on our main channel as well. They're over on ESGNet. He's basically one of our cornerstone. He's the son of Coach Teddy Bonds, eldest son. 1st and 10 coming up here. Handoff there to Johnson. And Johnson, of course, will run this one. And he will get stopped as Urban makes a nice play there. A loss of 4 on the play, so that's all right. We can get that back here. 2nd and 14 coming up here for Jacksonville as Lawrence under center. Lawrence drops back in the pocket, looks here, fires this one there. That's going to be caught. That's going to be our big tight end there, Strange, as he gets the catch. That's a 1st and 10 there as we're put at the 8-yard line. So we got that loss of 4 that we had, plus more there on that play. 1st and goal coming up here with 5 minutes left here in this game. As we'll see a handoff there to Johnson. Johnson tried to come around the corner there, but Baltimore's make a quick stop, putting us at the 7-yard line. Ball placed at the 7-yard line here, 2nd and goal. 27-16 here, Jacksonville leads. Lawrence here, just going to throw this one there. No, that one, I think that one he threw it. He got hit as he was trying to throw that football there. Incomplete pass. It's going to be now a 3rd and goal. We'll see what they try to do here. They go to the run or they're going to go to the pass. They're going to go back to the pass here. Lawrence here scrambling around here, throwing this one away. And, yeah, it was a good job there as he did throw that one away because that defender, there was well too many white jerseys there on that throw. So now 4th and goal coming up. And we'll see the kick here. And, yep, put another 3 points on the board there for us. As that's going to help us extend this lead now here. As we're up by 14 now. 30-16 here as we have the final 4 minutes and 16 seconds of this ball game. 1st and 10 here for Baltimore as they'll throw this one off to King Henry. And Henry will get the catch. And he will get stopped at the 37. Now Henry and the Baltimore Ravens here trying to get down the field here. They got a lot of work to do here, but still have some time to do it in. Of course, they have to score and then, of course, get the onside kick in order to get back in this ball game. And see Lamar here throws this one there, and there's a flag being thrown here. And I think this might be on Jacksonville. Yeah, that's what I thought. I saw that the last second there. Walker again. Seriously, that's his 2nd now here in roughing the passer. 15-yard penalty puts Baltimore at the 43-yard line of the Jaguars. As you see a man in motion. And, of course, Lamar's going to take advantage of this one here. Why not? As that one's going to be battled away. Nice stop there from Wingard. As like I said, he's been doing a great job here defensively here for us. Makes a nice stop. Go to a 2nd and 10 coming up here for Baltimore. It's Baltimore. QB dropping back here, throws this one up there. That's going to go to Zay Flowers, who we've not seen too much here in this second half. And they're going to call no huddle as they're trying to get down the field here quickly. Lamar here drops back here, throws this one again to Zay, and Zay's going to get the catch. And again, trying to go no huddle. Trying to get down the field here quickly. As Lamar here throws this one there again, throwing this one to Zay, and another catch there for Baltimore. So they get another 1st down here, ball at the 15-yard line. Lamar here again throws this one there. That's going to be caught, and they're going to be up the middle there. And they're just really trying to do their best to get down the field here, and they know they got to call no huddle, but they're going to call a quick timeout now here to kind of reset. As they're trying to score here, and of course, obviously, they're going to have to elect to go on the onside kick, and then, of course, get the onside kick to try to get back in this ball game. So Lamar now hands off to Henry, and Henry is going to be stopped at the 1. Nice job there. Let's make a goal line stop, and of course, the 2-minute warning now up here for Baltimore. So Baltimore gets the 2-minute warning here. They'll get the ball placed at the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up. As Lamar here calls zone number instead, and he's going to be sacked there on that loss there. Nice play there from Campbell as he gets the stop, as we'll now see the ball at the 6-yard line. Pass here. This is going to go up, and it's going to be completed. Touchdown, Baltimore. That is Bateman, who was making those big catches there earlier. Him and Zay making those big catches and going no huddle there. They're able to score, and now they're going to have to go for the onside kick. As you'll see here, hands team for Jacksonville is going to come out. They're going to kick this one here, and Jacksonville is going to have it. As that is Brian Thomas there on the return. And the ball will be placed at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 here for Jacksonville. And, of course, now Jacksonville has to play some really good, smart football here. No turnovers of any kind. With 1:26 left here, this should be an easy street and a very easy win here for us. Handoff here. That's going to go to Johnson. As Johnson, of course, will get the carry. No timeout being called. I believe Baltimore don't have any more timeouts left. As we'll see a handoff again. I think Baltimore might have. Now. Okay, so they've used. I think now they've used their last timeout. Now here I believe they have 2. As we'll see now, ball at the 38-yard line here, 3rd and 3. Got to get the first down, but we cannot get through the hole. And Baltimore is going to make a nice stop. So clock will continue to go here. It's going to be a 4th and 3 coming up here. We're going to try to take our time here. Maybe try to wind this clock down as much as we possibly can. Kick the field goal. And, of course, put our defense back out here. And let our defense get the win. As we'll see the play clock around now, of course, being dribbled down to less than 40 seconds left here. But, of course, only 2 seconds left on the play clock there. And that kick is up. And that kick is no good. So now with a score here from Baltimore, if they can get down the field here, I hate to say this, but they could easily get back in this ball game. As that was just not a good kick for us at all there. And now our defense, we're going to rely on our defense here now to stop Lamar. 1st and 10, ball on the 46-yard line here, Lamar. Going to drop back here, throw a quick pass there. There is a flag on the play. And that receiver is going to come down with it. We'll see who this is on. And this is not what we need right now. What is going on? This time it's going to be on Armstead. It's going to be a rough in the pass. There's going to be a 15-yard penalty, putting us at the 21. 27 seconds left. Baltimore has no timeouts left remaining. Jacksonville has all 3 of theirs. Jacksonville needs to play smart here defensively. We make a nice stop there from Hines Allen. Great play there, and that is going to be it, as that is going to be your ball game. And Baltimore, thank God, moves on to the next round as Hines Allen gets the sack, and not much time left for Baltimore to get on the field to really do anything, as that is going to be your final here in this one. Baltimore knocked out of the playoffs here. We move on to the AFC Championship game, and we'll see who will play, if it's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs or it's going to be the New York Jets coming up in the next episode. As this one was just too much for me, especially that last that play there they snapped, that second to last play there. That Baltimore, Lamar will drop back here, drop back, look down the field, and he threw it. And I see the things that's flag. I'm like, oh no, we cannot lose this way. No, come on, computer, don't do this to me. But yeah, we were able to get lucky enough to be able to get out of here. Man, I just wish we had the other field goal there, because that would have been, they would have been short by 3 there. So. Especially if everything played out the way it did. If we got that last field goal there, and then things played out the same way they did, it's like I'd be like, okay, we're good. If they score here, they still gotta they're gonna be down by 3. But anyway, or 4, one of the two, something like that. But yeah, we were able to get out of there, get the victory, and we will win. Third down conversions there, we were 3 of 7, 42%. They were 9 of 15. Red zone appearances there. They did a better job there in the red zone for us. Of course, no turnovers from either side, which is surprising enough. This was a pretty good game. Of course, both teams had quite a few penalties there, but nonetheless, here Baltimore did a great job on the ground. They had 26 minutes 55 seconds on the time possession. For us, only 17 minutes and 5 seconds. Wow, how is that the case? But yeah. So, but yeah, they had they had one less penalty than us, but had almost a little over 12 yards more than us in penalty. So I guess that was the difference maker there. Trevor Lawrence, 29 of 37, 280, 3 touchdowns, completed a little over 70% of his passes. Johnson, 9 carries for 15 yards, no rushing touchdowns there for him. I wish we'd have seen a lot more running from him, but hey, it is what it is. We'll deal with that. We'll try to figure out a game plan for him coming up in the Chiefs game, because I really feel like we need to run the ball a lot more here in the playoffs. Christian Kirk, 6 catches for 61 yards, a touchdown. Ingram, 5 for 24. Johnson, 5 for 35. He did a good job there receiving wise for us. Jones, 4 for 48 and a touchdown. Thomas, 3 for 46 and a touchdown. Strange, 3 for 30. Davis, 2 for 30. Davis, I'm hoping he's all right. He never did come back in the game there, so I'm assuming he got injured and he was just out for the game. But we definitely need him. We need all hands on deck, really, coming up in this next game. Lloyd had the most tackles there, 14 tackles, 3 tackles for loss. Savage, 12 for 2 tackles. Hines Allen had a great day there for us, 11 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks in that game, especially that sack towards the end. Campbell, 8 tackles, tackle for loss. Wingard had a nice day too, 8 tackles to 1 tackle for loss and a sack. And then of course, there you see the rest of the numbers there. So defensively, I was hoping for a little bit more, but I'm really happy that Josh Hines Allen had a great day. Lamar Jackson, 34 42, 227, 80% of his passes were completed, 1 touchdown. Like I said, we had to have him throw more often, not let him scramble too much. He did run on us quite a few times. He made some pretty decent plays there. He was 5 for 39 there on the ground. Henry was the big thing we needed for us for the most part here. A big day for us, only giving up 33 yards, 1 rushing touchdown. Of course, it was a red zone touchdown, but 13 carries there. That is very nice for us to do when it comes to him and managing his running. Andrews, 7 for 80 or 7 for 38. Nice day there for him in the first half there. They utilized him very well. I'm surprised they did not utilize him any more than the second half. Zay Flowers, 6 for 53, no touchdowns for him. Bateman had a nice day there. He had a lot of big catches there towards the end. 4 for 30 and a touchdown for Bateman. And, of course, Aguilar, 4 for 68, no touchdowns there for the veteran there. And, of course, defensively, Smith had a big day there for them. 14 tackles for him. Tackles for loss, their leaders. Van Noy, Hamilton, Simpson. I'm sure Simpson's going to get chewed out for that tackle or that sack, or not the sack, the rough of the passer there, because we almost got out of that that drive there with going 3 and out, but hey, we're able to fight back and get down the field. So the final 4 teams of the playoffs, it's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs heading to Jacksonville. Those 2 teams will go off the number 1 seed taking on the number 2 seed. And, of course, in the NFC side of things, it's going to be the Eagles. And, of course, those Cowboys. Yeah, the number 1 seed Eagles going on the number 5 seed Cowboys. So the Cowboys have to go to Philly, and Kansas City will have to come to Jacksonville. And so we'll take a look here at the numbers here for the Kansas City game there. Kansas City won this one 17 to 9 in that final game. between those two there. Kansas City took a little over half hour off the clock there for themselves to get the win. We'll take a look at the stats here in a bit, but both teams had a turnover, 6 third down conversions. Jets seemed like they could not convert the ball at all. They only had 1. So that's Kansas City was doing a good job there defensively, pushing them back quite a bit there. So 235, touchdown, interception, and a sack there for Mahomes. He was 26 of 36, 72% of passes were completed. Rodgers, 169, interception. He was 13 of 25, only completed 52% of his passes there. So Mahomes had a big day there, even though he did throw an interception. Looked like he, for the most part there, he was doing a good job there of just manipulating the defense. Pacheco, 12 of 55, and a touchdown for him. Let's take a look there at some of the other numbers there. Mahomes also had 5 for 19 on the ground, so he was able to be mobile on the ground there as well. So yeah, we gotta definitely come up with a game plan for Kansas City there. Mahomes, he's one of those guys that he can wiggle his way out of in some tough situations there. But if we can stop guys, obviously we got to shut down Travis Kelce, make sure he's a no-show in that game. And of course, most difficultly, the matchup I'm really kind of worried about is Worthy. There you see his numbers here, that game here, 9 catches of 79 yards, a touchdown there for him. And like I said, he has a really good speed on him. So that matchup there, that's going to be probably one of the key things that we have to try to figure out what we can try to do best when it comes to that. Sauce Gardner, he had a nice day, 10 tackles there, but really just could not get that team going there defensively. And then take a look at the rest of the numbers here for the defensive for both teams. But yeah, Kansas City, like I said, we got to try to slow down Mahomes as best as we possibly can. Obviously, not let him throw to either one of his 2 targets, like Kelce or to Worthy. Defensively, or offensively, we have to watch out for Chris Jones. We cannot let him get to our quarterback. We got to make sure that he's protected. So Ingram, Etienne if he's in the game, of course Johnson, as well as our other receivers Thomas and Jones, they all need to really get some space for us, and get some good spacing. So this should be a pretty good matchup here. Obviously Kansas City is going to be the heavy favorite in this one, but they're at our house, so we have home field advantage. Hopefully the crowd can get behind us and get ready for this AFC Championship game here. So, yeah, I think by far this is probably the furthest that Jacksonville's organization has been. So, this is definitely going to be a first, but hopefully not a last. And like I said, hopefully we can go in here and shock the world and take down a fellow 15-2 team here in this matchup. So, the AFC Championship game is coming up next here as we'll roll into episode 11 in that one as well. And of course, we'll see if we can win this one, and of course, we'll see on the other side. We'll see what's going on between those Eagles and Cowboys. That game is going to be very, very entertaining there for the most part. So, again, guys, if you guys enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you happen to be new. Hit that bell notification so you guys be notified of this series or any other series happen to be uploaded to the channel. And of course, check out our other content as well. As like I mentioned earlier, we have a Chicago Bears franchise over on the main channel, as well as college football going on in both channels as well. But on the main channel, we have a Scotty's Team Builder series. If you guys are familiar with that from the first series we did with them in NCAA 14, well, we brought them back in College Football 25. I had to. We brought them back in that, as well as we have a coaching carousel with Matt Marvel on the channel over there as well. And of course, we have Road to Glory here on this channel here on ESGNet Plus LP. So a lot of good football content. Definitely go check it out, you guys. As always, let's see what we can do to these Chiefs here, and let's bring home a AFC championship and punch our ticket to go to the Super Bowl. As always, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you all next time.